I said something about becoming more and more immune to those who are bullying you. Okay? See, when you see bullies, what the bullies want is to make you scared. Okay? And usually, if I don't know any of you who understand what it is like to be bullied, because what you have in that contraption is some scared, low life, weak men, all right, in power. Despite the fact that they are like low life, weak men, right? But they see themselves as being protected by the aura or the influence of the political office. All right. So where they can feel too big or larger than life, but they are weak men. They are low life men with very, very thin skins. You can get under their skins easily. So, and the only way that they want to make themselves feel sort of like important or powerful is to use that office to bully anyone. But remember, at the back of that charade, the facade of saying, I am this, I am that, is this low life, weak man or man. So if you will remember, if you have encountered bullies, most of the time, what the bullies want you to feel is that it's a sense of fear. Like when you see them, you scamper, you are afraid. But if you stand up to bullies and say, okay, you know, even if they appear to be bigger than you, right, hit you, and you are there like, hey, hit me. At a point, the bully will become scared of you. It will become worried of you enough that they are likely going to try to avoid you. But if you see a bully coming and you run, you scamper to safety, it gives them sense of fulfillment that they begin to feel like, oh no, I told you, they're not born you well. If you see me run, no. So I think Sowore has become that guy who is no longer afraid of the bully. Like, you'll be like, so you are a bully, right? What are you going to do to me? Or you're going to slap me? You're going to kick me? After that, think, what else are you going to do? What can you do? What else will you do? You will lock me up. Okay, well, yeah, I'm ready. So it has gotten to that stage where what they normally would use to sort of control or bully anyone, right, is no longer effective anymore. And it doesn't matter how you see it, all right? But when things get, even the military, they will tell you how some of the early activists in Nigeria, for example, late Gani Fawemi, when the military back then will be hunting people down, some people will be hiding behind will be hiding under their bed. Some will be in hiding. Gani Fawemi was never in hiding. In fact, they say at the back, at the trunk of his car, the boot of his car, every time he's going to court or he's going anywhere, in the boot of his car, he had a packed bag that contains his toothbrush, his sponge, toothpaste, and some briefs, boxers to change, and some singlets, right? Because he believes that he may be driving on the road right now, and then somebody somewhere will want him in detention, and he's ready, he's willing to go. He may go to court. He may be inside court defending someone, and a judge, angry judge, will order him locked up. A judge had locked Ghanaian up for what they called insubordination or something. A judge, not just the military, not just these politicians who are kind of like locked Ghanaian up. So it got to a stage whereby the only thing they couldn't do to him was to order for his assassination or to get him killed. So Sowore has gotten to that stage with them. And you may not see it that way because many of us are not really willing to lose our freedom or our liberty, so to say. And that is why you will see them hunting people down. But every now and then, what I think is going on is that every now and then, the system is creating radicalized Nigerians. And very soon, they will have this massive population of radicalized Nigerians that will be like, what's the worst you can do? Oh, shoot us. So if you shoot us, if you jail us, right, there will be more coming. Yeah, you may not have the number yet. But every now and then that they are pushing this bullish agenda, and then, the police, the military, and the rest of them, they are creating radicalized Nigerians that won't care. They say, okay, you want to, lock us up. So when he came out, he had this to say because they had to let him go. Now,
I cannot, in good conscience, continue to participate in illegality. The courts have made it very clear that the police have no right to grant administrative bail that asks for civil servants to own, first and foremost, 100 million naira houses, which is a crime. That's corruption. It's corruption. And to stand bail for me, who is an employer of labor. I'm a publisher of an internationally renowned news website. I have people who are hired in Nigeria and abroad. I'm not a civil servant. In fact, I'm an uncivil citizen who is against all kinds of corruption, and I've spent my entire life fighting against corruption. So to now ask me, to insult me that I should provide a level 17 director who had not, who had not gotten employment when I was fighting for democracy in 1992, to now ask the person to come and stand shorty for me is the biggest insult. Even if President Bola Tinubu had appeared as my shorty, I would have rejected that very laughable, frivolous, ridiculous, and I dare say stupid bail condition. If the court in its own wisdom decide that they want my passport in their coffers because it's a very special passport, that's a different issue. But we must continue to reject the impunity of the Nigerian police and their officers who will just invite you and then ask you to deposit your passport. I'm going to bring a level 17 civil servant. Even by the civil service rules, there is no level 17 officer. Because a level 17 officer in the civil service is a permanent secretary who is politically appointed by the president. So you expect such a person to come and stand shorty for Sowore. I'm not being arrogant and I'm not bragging. But, in 1992, when I was a student leader, Tinubu was a senator. And I was more powerful than him in the Nigerian society. So how dare them ask me? And I can guarantee you that at that time, Egbetokun probably had just joined the police and he was a sergeant, or that is if he had not forged his. I can.
He's been through it all. Bukwari restricted him to Nigeria for nearly 5 years, remember? He was locked up for 2 years. All because he called for revolution, right? And they said his #revolution now is a threat to national security, remember? So what is the worst that can then happen? The worst is if they kill him, Abi? Which is pretty much, as I'm saying it, it's like it is a difficult one to decide on. Somebody is not signing off on that. And he's right. Nigeria was a real place, right? Some of these rogues should be in prison. And all of the frivolous charges they are bringing up every now and then, they have no intention of pursuing any case. They are just bullies who have this modus operandi in what they use all the time to try to gag people so that you can stop talking. You can stop criticizing them. Even when they are breaking their own laws. So in most cases, it kind of does work, but it's not always working on everyone. So that's what makes it like, Sowore is like a bad customer, if you kind of will ask me. So his own supporters, they take it backers. They were all out today anyway, insisting that it must be released unconditionally earlier.
Come and intimidate protesters. Meanwhile, Abuja is burning. The numbers are having a field day, including Abuja. But look at police officers here. So this shows the seriousness of this government, the seriousness of the so-called legal IGP, Egbetokun. Because if we were to be serious, he would have deployed his men to the hot spots of crime in Abuja and the country, and not deploying policemen, this amount of policemen, to harass protesters. So what are we saying? We're asking that Sowore should be brought before a court now. Stop detaining him, stop breaching his rights, respect his rights to liberty. Release him if you have no charges against him. Free Sowore now! Now! Equally, we're also asking for the striking out. Yes, equally we're asking for the striking out of all cases against defiance, against critics of this government, all critics who are unjustly being tried in this country. We're asking for a strike out of the cases. We're asking the government to get serious, to get busy with serious things and stop chasing frivolities. Free Omoyele now! Free Omoyele now! Free Osi Sadiq now! Free all government protesters now!
Because there are still, in case if you don't know, there are still the End Bad Governance protesters in prison. Yeah, I mean, the minors that were brought to court in, I think it was in December. Was it December or November? Yeah, November last year, that sparked national and international debate of why would Tifnumbu lock children up in prison for 93 days. Mind you, they released the children. As we speak right now, there are still some handful of people that were kidnapped, right? And right now they are still in prison because of their participation in the End Bad Governance protest in August 2024, last year. Another one is coming up soon, just in case if you need to know. There's another one coming up very soon. And that is likely going to be likened to what you witnessed in 2020. It's going to be brutal. When? I don't know. But something is going to pop up after May 29 this year. Okay? Yeah, these guys are still locked up. In a democracy where they have now, criminalized protests. They have criminalized peaceful gatherings. They are charging them for treason. Just like they charged those children for treason, that they wanted to overthrow Tifnumbu. Children want to overthrow Tifnumbu, the government, and there are judges in Nigeria there that lock them up. So other people are still in prison as well. Just like as we are watching this broadcast, there are still people who are in prison since 2020. There are Nigerians who have been in prison because of the NSAS protest since 2020. They are still in prison now. It's unbelievable. Sir. Yesterday or last night in Zamfara, the Zamfara governor and his vigilantes, right? Not police. They paraded a guy that they said is a gun runner for the Fulani terrorists and other terrorists in Zamfara. They also paraded in display. They displayed the weapons allegedly caught with him. So I have a piece of that to share with us. Let me show you from Zamfara last night. I think I've mixed them together. Sorry. The first clip is not from Zamfara. That is from, oh, that's a shame. That is from Goma in Congo. But the second part of the clip is from Zamfara. So I'm going to fix that and come back and share it with you. Now, here is a young man who shared this personal story of, you know, his time in Owerri prison. All right. So he said, in fact, I would hear this first and I'll speak after that. Watch this.
Okay. What happened? Tell us.
Mine is the worst. I was almost raped. I was thrown into a cell. The welcome address they could give to me was go inside and undress.
Undress?
Completely.
Which you did?
I got into that bathroom. When you are seeing full-fledged men around you, over 15.
Wanted to defy?
For that cause, which you must be executed. I went inside the bathroom. They had 3 men with me, standing, wanting me to carry out the order that was given.
What was the order?
To undress. To undress. So they were hurrying me. Why they delay now? What's the worry? What's the worry? Do fast. Others trying to push me to comply. I refused. It led to serious fight.
Fight between you and them?
I have the evidences.
What are the evidences? Okay, they did this thing to you. Yeah. They gave you this mark.
Yes, you see, there's evidence. I was thrown to the ground. My head, this forehead you see, I had to press it. My head was smashed to the ground.
So when you said you were almost raped, is it by your fellow men or
men?
That's the homosexuality.
Homosexual act.
At your Owerri correctional center here?
Yes. Wait, I'm still coming. You must have evidences. This is different. These cars, there's something they use to cut onion and things in the prison. Like something that was carved out from the top of a tomato. So because they wanted to make me bleed, because they wanted to break me, they thought in the process of dodging, I gave them my hand, so the thing tore my body. I even have marks of it on my hand, of cane. They were having canes, all of them cane in my back.
Using it on you?
Cane, yes. Look at one of the marks of the cane. There's another one here. If I open my body, you see the marks. So it was a very, very heavy fight.
So how did you overcome? Did the correctional center officials?
They saw that this person was not going to give in. So they had to stop, and they're already having oils.
Oh yeah.
To carry out for easy penetration. And this is something that even before the block, I was transferred from that block to another block. There was a notorious person in that block that I was later transferred to, and in that cell, that his name is Sedechidera or something. He calls inmates to suck him. So these are the ill things we saw there.
So what was your name? What's your name?
I'm Nadi Victory.
Where did you say this thing happened for record purpose? Where did it happen?
Owerri Correctional Center.
Thank you. Okay,
I think that's synonymous to male prisons anyway. You know, if you end up in prison, as they call it in Nigeria Correctional Center, you can be sodomized and sexually abused. Fortunately, that's a personal experience of someone. Okay, now let's go back to this Zamfara and the courts